That last game seemed like a bit of a microcosm for the season, that the penalties, maybe some needless penalties, the inability to kill the penalties when you get them. Is that something you guys are going to try to work on a little bit harder here down the stretch?
Yeah, for sure. I think if you look at these past five to 10 games, the difference has probably been, one penalty kill or one power play goal against. That's kind of been hurting us, and yeah, like you said, two PK goals against, and if you look back at our past however many games, I think we have one in each of our last 5 or 6 games. So it's definitely hurting us, in these one-goal games. And, when we're coming down the stretch here, we just can't hurt ourselves. And, staying out of the box will really do that.
A few of the players say that Carter Hart's been the best player from start to finish this year. He hasn't really shown any weaknesses in his game this year. Can you talk about the fact that he's been there night after night?
Yeah, it's huge for us. I especially like, when your goalie's, dialed in and, really focused and sticking to that routine. I think that brings a lot of confidence to the team, and, for myself personally too, just knowing that you got that guy back there that, will make that save and, help us out. And, in so many of our wins, he's been our best player and been a huge reason for those wins. So it's props to him for having a great year, and we need him down the stretch here.
No, when we talked to Torrance after the game on Tuesday, we talked about the idea of the fact that you're playing a lot of really good teams, and well, you're not necessarily playing terribly in these games. The losses start to pile up, and it gets harder and harder to keep from being frustrated. What do you guys have to do as players to, keep the process strong, even when the results aren't coming?
Yeah, it's obviously tough. You want the results, but I think just looking at last game, our overall play, in the second period, maybe we were down, but just kind of how we felt on the bench, how we felt, how we were, working for each other, and our offensive zone shifts. I think you got to look at that. That was obviously fun to play like that, and I think if we keep, sticking with our process and being simple early, and not being too cute or whatnot early, it'll lead to those chances and lead to those shifts where it's a lot of fun and you're in the offensive zone and you're getting your looks. So obviously, it's more of the process than the outcome right now, but if we just stick with that process, I think we'll get the outcome that we want eventually here.
Is there a different feel to how it feels now versus how it felt this time last year? Obviously, you joined the team late. How does the locker room feel this year versus last?
Yeah, it's definitely hard coming in a fresh face, and I was obviously excited to play my first couple games. So personally, I think the wear and tear from the season's catching up to me a little bit compared to how I felt coming in last year for the last 15 or so games. But I think we're definitely a little bit more up. I think we know that we've played a lot of good hockey and a lot of good minutes in games that we've won and games that we lost. So kind of like we were saying, the outcomes just kind of slipping through our fingers a little bit, whether it's one little mistake or a power play goal against, that's hurting us. But I would say the locker room and just kind of everything around here feels better than last year. Maybe it's like the new coaching staff, new GM, change or whatnot. Might have a little bit more of that feel, but definitely better, and feeling like we're kind of building something more here this year than last year.
Like you talked last year, I think it was maybe like a week or so after you got here, about you want to kind of try to help foster a winning culture here that maybe wasn't there before. Do you feel like you guys have made progress in that regard this season?
I think so. I think we've kind of built our identity. We've played hard for, like I said, so many games, whether it's a win or a loss. I feel like there's not been too many easy nights against us. We've proven we've tested teams, and we've proven that we're right there with so many of these teams, and I think it's really great for the younger guys and for the culture here to kind of see that we can be right there with some of these top teams. But yeah, like I said, it's just that little 1% more, some other little details here and there that we're missing, or players maybe, whatever it is. But kind of like I said, we're right there, we feel like, and just kind of getting that culture to kind of raise our standard just a little bit higher will get us some of these wins and hopefully push us up the standings in the future years here.
Thanks, this time of year when they're starting to see guys come in, like you did at one point, you already feel comfortable kind of helping them out and guiding the way?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you said, I joined last year, and it was nice when the older guys were talking to me or helping me out. So if any guys are joining like Tice or whatnot, just helping them out in practice or in the games, making them feel comfortable, and talking to them throughout the game to get their confidence up and make them feel comfortable in playing their games.